Holy hell. Feeling disorganized. I didn't even have the music at the right volume. What's going on here? It's been a rough week. It's been a rough week. It's actually been an okay week, but a bit rough. Hello everybody. Good to see you. Now I haven't done Batgirl just yet. Not yet. Gonna leave that hopefully for tomorrow. Things are kind of crumbling at the moment though in terms of my organization and being on time to things. Won't be gaming today. Really just here very briefly. Good to see you, Artifier. The vibes be okay. Good to see you, Ben. Been a while, dude. Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, this stream is more or less just to drop in for a second, say hello, keep the streak. Yeah, no, I'm all over the place. Like I've got, this video that's meant to be releasing tonight for me is like extremely short, but I've still got like some things that are gonna take a second to do, and I'm all over the place, you know. Do we have Biscoff? Yeah, we have Biscoff. We have Biscoff Gelato. That's my only real interaction with it. But yeah, so I got a very, very small thing releasing today. I'm not even sure if it's good to tell you the truth, but it's what I have to cap March off. So that's well, that's the goal anyway. Who knows? Maybe Premiere Pro will delete the file by itself or something crazy. Hey Clever, good to see you, man. Thanks for the Prime, dude. 3 months is Craggle. Been missing streams lately. Finished DLCs, TGB drawing. Those are some good questions. Haven't finished the DLCs. Still got Batgirl to do. TGB's going good. I'm just in the early stages of mucking around with TGB 13. And drawing may come back soon. It feels like I've got more on my plate than usual this month. I'm not sure why. Oh, was TTS playing? That didn't play for me. Sorry about that. Hang on. This is killing me. Okay, that's better. It's okay. We will love it even if it's a piece of shit. Man, I wish I could have that mentality. Appreciate it, dude. No, you're not too late, Mr. Kilgore. Yeah, drawing might come back. I just feel like I haven't managed my time well this month. I think TGB took me out a little bit. I think, yeah, TGB 12 was big. That was like a rush, especially at the end. And I was still a little bit late. But, yeah, small thing to cap the month off with. It's pretty cool. It's like a time-sensitive video as well, because it's sort of like referencing something that's quite popular at the moment. So I don't usually do that kind of thing, but I think the concept is kind of funny. Yeah. Your stream intro still shows that TGB 11 isn't finished? Doesn't it have example plastered all over it? I think so. I'm in class, man. I'll see you when you start streaming sooner. See you then, Rubby Bands. Sorry they've been so late lately. It does say example. I am a gamer. I am a gamer with the foresight of a elite gamer with a Xbox controller that has paddles on the back. Blood feud soon? Yeah, it's gonna be pretty wild, Muffalo. So TGB 13 will almost definitely cap off Chapter 3, which is pretty crazy. The fact that we're finally heading into Chapter 4 soon, so like, holy hell, things are getting big. It's, cheers, balls. Appreciate it, dude. How many Red Dead 2 chapters? There's 6 and then 2 parts of an epilogue, so technically 8 chapters. I play claw, paddles are a noob thing. That's a real old school gamer right there. I only tried a little bit to strat that mission. and I had to be interned into a psych ward. Yeah, no, it's gonna be pretty wild. My grandkids will be finishing TGB for me. It's like those dudes who make like mangas that go on for fucking like 70 years, and they have to get their next generation to finish it. Hey, thanks, Cass. Thanks, Lockie. Why'd I call you Cass? Lockie Cass 1801. The man himself. Thanks very much for the sub, dude. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Hope work's been treating you well. I've found 2 unrelated medical journals about old men consuming the contents of lava lamps. That's good stuff. Don't do that. Mojave D played the entire game in the time it took 1 TGB episode to come out. Hey, that's not me. Well, it is me, but Mojave D is a legend, don't get me wrong, but he gets to relax and play the game. I have to basically drive nails through my temple every time I make a TGB episode. So it is me, but it's not comparable. Twitch is terrible. Does it suck? Does the viewing experience suck? Here's the thing. I don't really use Twitch myself that much. Is there anybody I really watch on Twitch at the moment? Not really. Anybody who I watch live stream wise, which isn't many people, they usually stream on YouTube as well these days, since they changed the partnership guidelines to allow you to multi-stream. So I usually just watch on YouTube. So I don't even really like Twitch. The only thing that I like about Twitch is the live streaming experience. Like actually being able to stream here is quite good. Apparently streaming on YouTube is pretty annoying still. Only watch you and Doug. Does Doug multi-stream? I would have to imagine he would, right? I love the separation from YouTube when I stream here. I like that I'm not in the exact same place. There's less pressure, and I like having another area to sort of go to. Yeah, Twitch has a better chatting experience as well. Yeah, the YouTube chats are not it. I don't know what it is. We've spoken about this before. Wow. Some of it is just wild. It's like, the only thing that could be worse is like streaming on Twitter. That'd be pretty bad as well. This abomination of an experience. Dude, I need to start putting that in the tags or something. Instagram Live, yeah, I'd actually rather, I'd rather endure some other form of torture. I think I'd literally rather be crucified. I'd rather cop like what Abby cops at the end of The Last of Us 2. Shout out. Shout out Rat King. For no apparent reason, other than that's the best part of the game. Can we agree on that? Rat King's best part of the game? Rat King, it started to feel like, oh man, like this is a good game actually. I might have, hang on. Because I actually really enjoyed Last of Us 2 on my first run through. I wasn't really thinking about it all that much. I thought like some story decisions bothered me right away, but I mostly had a good time with that game. But when I got to the Rat King, I was like, might be a video game that I'm playing right now. I don't know. How cooked are you? Instagram Reels? I don't use Instagram. I have an Instagram, like a personal Instagram, but I don't go on there. It's bad for you. Don't do it. Especially Instagram Reels. Instagram Reels was relatively new when I still had and used Instagram. And already it was bad. Already it was really, really bad. It was like people are too comfortable tearing people down, or like, oh man, just some of the things I see in passing that happen on Instagram Reels. It's like fucking no man's land, dude. Like you go there, you're going to get shot. It's bad. That would be giving away too much, JW. You're gonna have to see. Hopefully it's interesting. Or hopefully you like it. I do have an outline for that. It's, again, we were talking about this yesterday, but most of it's kind of flexible, but that's pretty set in stone. The best part of the game, in my opinion, is the section of the Scar Island. Oh yeah, that is good as well. But I don't know. I feel like Rat King is such a... I've only ever played Rat King once, so I could be wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like it was such a well-designed little section, and I was so invested. I think I was the most invested in the game at that point for that, like, I don't know, 15 to 20 minutes or however long it takes. It was really good, but I agree that Scar Island was crazy. Mini golf scene? Jeez, yeah, I still can't believe they did that. That's just wild, isn't it? Do you think you'd ever play Sifu? Yeah, I actually considered it, because I've been, like, I know it's not Arkham combat, but the hand-to-hand, like, free-flow sort of combat experience I really enjoy. And I was thinking, what's a game that's sort of similar to the Arkham games? And that was, again, not similar, but adjacent. So I was thinking about it. Maybe. Possibly. So, ooh, interesting limestone. I'm glad that, it's pretty cool to see people actually, like, interact with the story in that way. I appreciate that. I've heard goodish things about Sifu. Yeah, no, I have as well. I've heard pretty much unanimously good things. Just that it's, like, frustrating, but that's kind of a part of it, right? Sifu is on PS Plus. I saw that. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. You know what else was on? Actually, no, not on PS Plus. God, what was it? It was another game I wanted to play. It was really, really cheap, and I didn't grab it. It might be off sale now. I can't even remember what it was.
Have you played the freight train map on Arkham City?
Desk reveal?
So
it's nothing super interesting. I do have a... Wait, am I speaking of a TTS again? Did the TTS play? Let me replay that. No, I'm getting no feedback from this.
Have you played the freight train map on Arkham City? It feels so different compared to the rest of the
game. It's on
game.
monitor and output. Why does Twitch do this to me? I mean, OBS. It's not Twitch. Let me see if that worked. Yeah, this is a hellish application. This is a hellish application. I can't even hear alerts anymore.
Compared to the rest of the game.
Okay, that's annoying. It's coming through now. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. Not good. Not good. Thanks for the 100, James. Have you played the freight train map on Arkham City? Yes. Yes, I have. That's the side scroller, right? I didn't like that. It's cool. And it's not difficult or anything, but it's I didn't like how it felt. Yeah. You get what I'm saying. Now the alert is just playing over and over for me. I don't know if you can hear that. Jesus. You'd hate Origins Blackgate? Yeah, but that's like designed for that type of gameplay, right? Like, Arkham City was not designed for that type of vibe. Me and my friends were up to some less than legal driving activities. Tisk. Overloading his car, and then he got pulled over by the booze bus, and we nearly got caught. That's pretty scary, man. You gotta be careful out there. You can't be doing that. I was always like terrified of getting in cars with like maniacs when I was younger. I remember we went out one night, and one of my friends was completely sober, but he still... What is this? What random Doug video just started playing? He was completely sober, but he was just unintelligent. So it's the most terrifying car ride I've ever had in my life. This guy just did not know the road rules. He didn't have to have any alcohol in his system. He rolled a fucking 2 intelligence, and he was behind the wheel. Not good. Not good. Don't do it. Can you run a prediction so I can regain my bread? No, predictions are for the serious business only, okay? Should play Superman Returns, the video game? Bro, I will be gaming. Somebody asked me something interesting. Oh, yeah, about my desk. Yeah, I've got a good desk. It's not a particularly interesting desk, though. There's nothing on my desk to reveal, really. I can just tell you. It's 2 monitors. It's a large mouse pad that basically takes up the entire desk. There's a coaster. There's a ceramic coaster with a leaves painting of leaves. A cup of tea on top of it. A black PlayStation 5 controller. A pair of earphones, Bluetooth earphones in their case. A mouse and keyboard, a lamp, and it's a desk that can go up and down. That's about all I can give you. That's about all you need to know. That's about all there is. It's not a particularly interesting setup here. 100k reward when? I don't know what I would add. No coaster? I said there's a ceramic fucking coaster with a painting of leaves on there. No, I haven't done that yet, lols. I've been off the drawing. March has been crazy. I don't know when I'll bring drawing back. TTS for 10k? Is that... Maybe I can set that up, I'm not sure. What kind of leaf? It's just like orange leaves. Stream's already over. I mean, I am gonna head off in a second, because I don't want to be, like, tinkering around with something at 11 p.m. I just don't want to do it. It's, starting in April, we are not multi-working on more than 2 projects at once, alright? We're not doing it. I thought I broke that habit I had for a really long time. Fucking, the Arkham smell tier list got under my skin. I started working on that. I came up with a really cool idea for a, Lego video. Not like a playthrough type of thing, but just a video on something to do with Lego games. And I was like, ooh, hang on, before I forget, let me type down everything I'm thinking right now. And then I sort of became, like, interested because I came up with a few funny things for the Soda Cola expose. So I was like, well, I'll do a couple of paragraphs for this one just before it leaves my brain. Because if I forget, then the idea is not going to seem as cool. And then I was like, oh, holy shit, it's been a week. I should probably start working on the thing that will come out on the 28th. So I write the script for that, and I do a couple of things for that. I was like, oh, that's pretty short. That's manageable. I could probably finish that up in like a couple of days, right? I also had this idea for this other thing. I should probably quickly note down my thoughts on that. And it was just a cycle. Like it just never stops. And now all of a sudden, here I am on the day, and I haven't finished editing yet because I'm a fool and a cretin. And I need like a handler. I need somebody to stand behind me and whack me over the head with a sledgehammer whenever I go, new idea. Let me start typing that in. Can I hire one of you to do that? Maybe not a sledgehammer. I do still have to be able to get up. So like a fucking fly swatter maybe. Or closed fist. Or open hand. Depends on the level of offense. You know? I need like... Yeah, I don't know. We can work on that. A rock in a sock might be a bit much. We'll think about it. We'll work out logistics later, but that's definitely an idea. What's that thing that people do to like quit small bad habits like biting your nails or like biting your lip? They rubber band around the wrist. You flick it at yourself every time you think about doing it. I need something like that. Every time I go and open up a new Word document when I'm not meant to be doing it, whack myself with it. That might do something. I don't know. I need some sort of solution. Oh, and then there's always like this thing. There's always this thing that hits me. So when I look at the channel and I go, shit, how the hell has it been 12 days since TGB 12? Like, how did that happen? And so I go, well, I also need to start, like, prepping for the next episode because I already know it's going to take a while to make. I better get in early. And so add that on top of it. You can see why I'm kind of scrambling this month. It's cool. The episode picked up a little bit. It was doing worse than TGB 11, which I was surprised by because TGB 11 didn't do so great, especially in its first like month, right? And it's sort of it's hovering a little bit above that one now, which is nice to see. I try not to focus on the minutia of like every statistic, but it's nice to see it sort of perk up a little bit. And because I do think genuinely that episode is a lot better than 11. I think 11's got its. I think 11's a good episode, but I think 12 is better. One thing I'm liking about TGB is it's like, okay, the new phase of it, episode 10, 11, and 12, they are very much the same style, and it's like they're following a sort of like structure that I'm really happy with, but I'm getting it closer to what I have in my head every single time. So it's like that balance between the story and the challenge is becoming a bit more fluid. I'm really liking it. I'm happy with how it's going. I sort of know how you feel. I'm writing a book. See, that's even crazier. But I also have many other book ideas and other ideas. Yeah, see, that's exactly where I thought you were going with that. Yep, it's bad. I've done the same thing. Any attempt I've had at writing large-scale things, like in terms of, I'll get a couple of chapters in, and then I still worked on the idea, but would get like enamored with new ideas. It's a bad habit. I think it's a habit like anybody in any creative hobby or field experiences, you know? I think it's because you didn't actually put no kill challenge in the title. Yeah, maybe. Thing is, the algorithm picking it up as TGB also doesn't matter, because most people who watch TGB, or most people who watch my channel, I mean, don't even know what TGB is, it seems. Like, they'll know that I do a Red Dead 2 no kill challenge, but a lot of people don't know what TGB is, as in like the goodest boy, TGB. The abbreviation, no idea. And so apply that times a million to like general audiences. Nobody has any idea what that is. So that's why like the marketing of the episodes doesn't mention that it's like, this is the new episode of TGB, because it's like not particularly appealing to new viewers and stuff like that. What was I going to say? Yeah, it could be that I haven't put Red Dead 2 No Kill Challenge in the title, but it's in the thumbnail. So I wonder. It's in the thumbnail of every episode, so I wonder if that's enough. I think that's probably enough. I don't know. I may experiment. No, but then episode 11 has Red Dead 2 No Kill Challenge in the title in brackets as well. I don't think it really matters all that much, to be honest. Losing my voice. I don't think it matters all that much. There's a, yeah, Rhodes video did awesome. I'm really happy with that. That was a nice little different sort of spin to put on the Red Dead 2 stuff. I'm happy with how that went. You can never really predict. You can only do your best to, like, do something original while still somewhat conforming to certain aspects you have to for people to find the video. Like, you still have to appeal a little bit to, I don't know, the meta of, like, thumbnails and titles. But, maybe I don't appeal to it enough. I probably could. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I strike a happy balance. The channel's not doing particularly well at the moment, statistically. Probably in part because I missed I missed a fortnightly upload, shout out Merry Marauder, in February, was it? Yeah, I missed one there, and then TGB, the Lego Star Wars episode didn't do crazy well and hasn't really, like, had a second wind yet. It might still. And yeah, TGB's been a slower burn than I expected, but We will see. We will see. Viewer drop between episode 10 and 11 is kind of crazy. Yeah, it's to be expected. I factored in for that sort of thing. They are evergreen types of videos, I think. So anybody who's ever been interested in Red Dead 2 or no-kill challenges, like, I'd like to imagine you could watch the episode in 10 years and you could still watch it. You know what I mean? Like, it would still be as good. And those are the types of things that I'm usually interested in making. I'm not super interested in making something that's like, like just completely sort of transforms into nothingness in like 1 week or something. Purely a yap stream. It's, hey, if you're here for it, I'm here for it. Thanks for the 44 bits, Cameron. Why am I not hearing alerts? This is garbage. The man who lives with me keeps throwing laps everywhere. I don't even know where he's getting... What is a lap? He's throwing his lap around? What's going on here? Jesus. What a guy. Probably charge him for that. Or he could charge you for that. Depends how you're feeling. Lamps. Okay, that changes the context a lot. Lamps. Why? What's happening there? What's going on in that house? Top tier joke despite maybe being aged? Am I missing a joke with the lamps? Anyway, I'm slow. Can you please start booking a flight to the UK every single day and start knocking me out with a sledgehammer? Jesus, that would be an expensive endeavor. Shout out the what do you genuinely really know about rolling down in the... Oh, Jesus, yeah. No, that is a good one. I'll let some of those slide every now and again. Those are like little time capsules. I don't know. There's some really dumb jokes in this little like 6-minute video that I'm working on at the moment. Like some really dumb ones that I'm pretty happy with. I don't know if I'm in love with the video, but I don't really have to be at this point. It's just it's the best that I could make with this concept, and I just kind of need to get comfortable sometimes with that being enough, you know? I think it should exist, so I will make it exist, I suppose. Get a gamer chair. I had a pretty standard gamer chair when I started. A pretty standard gaming chair, a little bit on the cheaper side. It was pretty good. The chair that I got after that is the one that's actually been the problem. The fucking chair. I'm actually sitting on a dining room chair right now. That's the part of my setup I didn't mention. I'm sitting on a dining room chair with a cushion on it at the moment, because if I ever buy a chair again, I'm buying a very expensive chair, because I spent about like what I think it was like about $200 to $300 on the chair. That's actually it's the one I'm usually using but no longer using because it has ruined my back. It's a piece of shit. I spent like $300 on it, and it's just been a nightmare. It's actually ruined my spine. So the next time I buy a chair, I am spending like car money on a chair so that my back can be at ease, because that piece of shit is worse than a dining chair with a fucking cushion on it. So what can you really do, you know? Sitting down does become pay to win when you sit for like 8 hours to 12 hours a day. You know what I mean? Do you pronounce A as in A or I? Well, in Australia, A is A, the first one. I feel like it's more of a UK thing for that to be I, right? I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. No, not correct. It's an Irish thing? Yeah, maybe. All right, thank you. I like being correct. This is so good. I actually sincerely think that is such a good joke. Is it of 2021? Sure, but is it of 2021? Sure, but your jokes are generally timeless. timeless. I don't know, maybe not timeless, but I appreciate that, ladies, man. That's sweet of you to say. What do you know about rolling down in the deep? This is subject for interrogation at this point. I don't know what to tell you. I need to know. That's all right, ladies, man. I've seen worse. I've been streaming for how many days now? How many days has it been? How many days since January 2nd? 86. We're coming up on the big 9-0. God damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I've been called worse in 86 days than an idiot, I'll tell you that. You think the UK is just Irish land people or something? No. But don't ask me to point where certain countries are on a map in the UK, because I am bad with geography. I have no idea, so... You've definitely been cooked more when you play any puzzles in Arkham? Yeah, definitely. That is definitely a, I get some criticisms of my intelligence, that's for sure. Some harsh criticisms, but that's okay, I can take that. Yeah, I should go in a second, but, hopefully this video is something. I think it's shaping up okay. It's got some good jokes in there, I can handle that. Yeah, that's it, ladies, man. I get a nanosecond of grace period, and then I'm a fucking fool with mashed potato for brainstem. Yeah, I've been saying this all week. It's like maybe it's a defense mechanism or something, so I don't feel so bad about it, but I'm almost certain this video will do horribly. But that's alright. I told myself at the beginning of this year that while finishing TGB and Bruce and Robert is like the main goal, I do want to start sprinkling some other stuff in there, especially when I get a bit of a time-sensitive idea. Like maybe something somewhat trending, and if I have something like funny to add to it or, you know, poke a bit of fun at it, then I should make that thing, even if it's completely different to what I usually do. So, it is gaming related still, don't worry, I'm not gonna, like, start making political commentary or anything like that. But, yeah, you know, when I see something like, that I feel like I can add to in some, you know, funny way, then sometimes those smaller, random projects just need to be made, you know? And, if I have, like, a particularly enticing idea that is just completely out of left field, then I should do that more often. Like the Marty Bird and Walter White video is a good example of that. I sort of like am kind of surprised by how well that video has gone in the last year. It's cool. I still really like that video, and I received, even though it was like completely out of nowhere, like received a lot of nice comments on that type of thing. I would like to revisit that idea. That totally not fan fiction, would they be friends idea. I had a bunch of, like, partially written concepts for other ones. But yeah. It's probably better you do extra content, like the ones you're making, considering how empty your channel will feel when you complete TGB. Yeah, that's true as well, Dubious. Like, the way that I've been looking at the channel more lately, I love doing series-based stuff. We've talked about this before, but I really love doing series-based stuff. I like having something that you can follow for a while, and it can sort of like evolve in a way over the course of however many episodes. See you later, Rogan. Thanks for jumping in, dude. Appreciate the kind words, man. Have a good one. What was I saying? Yeah, I like doing series stuff, but, you know, sometimes I just have things that I avoid doing because it is going to feel out of left field, but, yeah, those are good things to do. Like, there's been some ideas that I wish I hadn't have left behind. That I could still technically revisit them again. It's not, like, exclusively trend-related stuff, but definitely stuff that would do better at the height of a trend, and sometimes those things just should be made. If you have the idea, you might as well put it out there, you know? There's a constant, like, balance you're trying to strike of, like, I want to make this thing, there is an audience for this thing, okay, I want to make it, is it the right time to make this thing? Like, is it going to affect how... You're constantly thinking, like, is it going to affect my next thing if this does really badly? But honestly, I've tried to keep the goals and the intentions so simple this year of just, like, be around more, release more in this year than you ever have. You know, and just, like, by keeping that... Being a little bit tunnel visioned on that and sort of tuning out the rest of, like, the... Oh my god, it's not going to do well, and what if the next thing doesn't do well, because then if nobody sees it, then YouTube is going to tie me to the wall and say, no more impressions for you, buddy. We're sending you to the Shadow Realm, buddy. You did bad. I don't want, what did Andy say to Woody? I don't want to play with you anymore. You can't worry about that stuff, because otherwise I'm just going to end up doing Bruce and Robert until the end of time. Exclusively, because I know that's what does well, and I don't want to do that. I want that series to have a beginning and an end, and we can all dance around the campfire and celebrate the ending of something cool and the beginning of something potentially cool as well. So, I'm rambling, but that's like the thought process. I don't want to play with you anymore, bro. You're dead to me. You're dead to me. But yeah, anyway. The everything will be okay. I'm just, already I've released technically more stuff than last year in like 2-3 months. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I can't not be happy with that. That's been the goal. I want to keep that up. It'll be really cool to actually hit triple digits in terms of how many videos are on the channel this year. So we should do that. That'll happen pretty soon if all goes well. I'm at 92 at the moment. So that'll be a first for us. That'll be pretty cool to see. And yeah. I think just like one thing that I was going to say is the main thing for the channel that I want the channel to sort of be is like be it things like TGB or be it things like Bruce and Robert, sort of both ends of the spectrum. They are sort of, I don't know, they have their own sort of like unique feeling, and I would like to do more series past what I'm already working on in the future that have that sort of vibe, while interspersing just like ideas that I think are fun as well. It doesn't all have to be series based. So variety, When I can't believe I had the gall to do Bruce and Robert like years ago, just out of nowhere. Like, I need to get some of that sauce back and just do some absolutely fucking random bullshit every now and again, because back then I just must have been like, fuck it, dude, I want to play Lego Batman. I'm gonna put this up there real quick. And you need some of that sauce sometimes, dude. Lego Indiana Jones playthrough? Man, the footage for that really sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you, the footage for that really sucks. The quality is fine, the audio quality is annoying to work with. I've gone back and had a little look through it to see what I'll be working with. There's some good moments in there from what I've seen. One day you will see that in your sub box and you will be like, he did it. That son of a bitch, he did it. I'm Indiana Johned. And the thumbnail for it is so good as well. Like, well, it's the best that I could make for it. I like to flex this level up, by the way. If you've never seen this, get ready for this, right? Where is it? Where did I put it? God, going through my thumbnail folder and seeing, like, I can see the exact phase that I went through when I used to make the thumbnail first for certain videos. So I'm going through there, and there's so many that just were made as thumbnails, and then the video never got made. It's a bad habit. Bad habit. Not good. Not good. Here we go. Wait, what happened? Are we alive? We're alive. Yeah, I like doing this. I like doing this flex. I think this is just so much better. This kind of makes me want to work on the video. But so this is the original. This is the original thumbnail. It's not bad. It's not the worst. I do need to add text to the other version, but this version is so much juicier. This version is so much, like, I don't know, more juice centered, I feel like. There's a fair amount of squeezable juice inside this one. It does maybe need some text, but you like it without the text, maybe? Juice pilled? I don't know how popular an opinion this is, but honestly, Arthur Becomes is my favorite Eyezayar content. Big. Speedrunner and Survivor. Favorite videos. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks, needy little imp. I'm very proud of those videos. I think I still, oh man. There's like certain, nostalgia I get for different videos, like very different brands of nostalgia. That fucking speedrunning one was so hard for me to edit. You know, there was definitely some points of cluelessness as to how to structure it. Yeah, no, Arthur Becomes is cool. Maybe I'll return to Arthur Becomes for a second go around at some point, but maybe not as well. I could be happy leaving that where it is. There are ideas for a season 2, but I'd also be happy leaving it where it is and moving on to other things after I finish TGB, you know? TGB is just like, if I'm going to do anything Red Dead related, I should be focusing in on TGB, you know? I don't regret doing Arthur Becomes at the time that I did it, because it, like... We've gone through all of this before. I'm broken record moment right now, but... Like, I knew what I wanted to do with TGB, but I just didn't know how to do it. Both, like, in terms of writing, editing, every individual skill set. And so I just went and made all of these different types of videos for Arthur Becomes. Some of them are real-time. Well, yeah. Yeah, 2 of them are real-time. Some of them are scripted. They all utilize, like, different structures and elements, and it was, like, the best learning experience for me in terms of being ready to return and to tackle TGB, you know what I mean? I think TGB would be significantly worse without Arthur Becomes, so... It'd be interested to see you try and pinpoint the UK's 5 countries. Oh, I'm not doing that. I've already embarrassed myself with the Riddler Trophy challenge. I don't know about that. Bench PR? I haven't recorded what I can actually lift. I don't lift heavy in general. I do mostly lightweight, high rep stuff, but I'd be interested to see what I can actually lift. I'm not sure. Maybe not much. I got a good endurance, but maybe not so much strength due to how I work out, you know? What did you think of all the mods Jakey used for the Red Dead 2 vid? Did you agree with any of them in terms of enhancing the game or not for you? Personally, the weather one would be annoying for me. Thanks for the bit, James. I think the weather one is really cool. And I think that, like, I agree pretty much completely with his points where he sort of, like, both in his other Red Dead 2 video and the most recent one, like, he was talking about, he has this sentiment a little bit where it's like Rockstar kind of has their, they have, like, one foot in everything that they do in Red Dead 2. Like, they don't dive in completely to any aspect, and I feel that frustration as well. Like, they're so half-hearted with so many elements of that game. So many of the elements are fucking awesome. Like, they're really good, but they never see their full potential because they're so hesitant with it. All of, like, the survival aspects of Red Dead 2 are so, like, you can just completely bypass them and none of them matter, so it makes you wonder why are they even there half the time. Like, they're amazing, like, they really, like, let me get my thoughts together here. They wow you when you start playing the game because it seems like there's all of this depth. You're like, oh my god, I have to manage my character's temperature here. This is going to be so interesting with all the different biomes and, like, it's all of this stuff that on the surface looks really deep and looks like it might actually affect how you play the game. But because they're so hesitant to fully dive into exploring those ideas. Once you've played the game for 50 hours, none of them really matter. Like, and then the core idea is cool. You got a health core, and it basically represents like the actual, not just how much damage you can take, but the actual health of your character, like how you're actually doing health-wise, and the stamina and all of that. It's all really cool, but it ends up feeling annoying because it doesn't really apply to much beside, oh my god, it's red, I have to use another item again. Like, it's red again, I have to fill it up with an item. You're never getting that satisfaction of solving a problem with an input, you know what I mean? Or solving a problem with a, with some sort of task, you know? Same, the camp system is one of the most fumbled things I think there is in Red Dead 2. I think it's like narratively a cool thing to help out the camp, but you don't really have any tangible reward for doing so besides the fast travel board. The fast travel board's like the greatest thing of all time. But yeah, you don't really have any tangible reward for doing anything in the camp. Not for chopping wood. Like, people say nice things to you, okay. It really leans into the whole criticism that I have of the honor system as well. The honor system at the end of the game, awesome, right? Really cool. Because it actually, like, it feels a little bit more weighty. It ties in with the narrative so much. But the honor system throughout the majority of the game, it feels like there's nothing really to it. Again, something to wow you in your first couple of hours with the game. Maybe even your first 20 hours with the game. And so you're going, oh my god, so my decisions have all this weight, right? Not so much. Not until the end of the game. I will say the end of the game does turn that around a little bit for me, but yeah. That's a long-winded way of me saying, like, I feel like they have one foot in too many things rather than, like, jumping into an entire thing, you know, with their whole chest, basically. You do get Deadeye experience for chopping wood, but, like, what is that? Like, they make all of these, like, plays to make you feel as though, especially with the camp, like, you're doing things for narrative benefit as well. So the opinion of the game, the opinion of the gang changes based on what you do and what you don't do and how much money you're giving and stuff like that. But besides, like, some very, very small bonuses, you don't feel the need to do it. If I ever replay Red Dead 2, I never do any of that stuff ever. It's like, that's a good way of putting it. It's a sample of a bunch of really cool ideas, but none of them get really fully explored. And so it's a game full of really, really cool stuff that's very shallow. Oh yeah, I see it, James. I think it's because the genuine gaming audience would get bored if they had to change clothes every time they want to go from one side of the map to the other. And the rain thing would get tedious. The camp idea is cool, though. I like the idea of the camp next to your fishing spot. Yeah, I agree with you. I understand why they made the decisions they did, because if they go, like, full survival game, it's not as appealing to general audiences, but is it not? Like, isn't the reason games like The Day Before, right, when that was in its first couple of trailers and everybody, like, not everybody, but a lot of the general audience got duped by it, right, is because it seemed like so in-depth. Like, you had to do, it presented itself in a way where it's like you had to do certain things to keep yourself alive. And all of these little decisions and little game mechanics had weight, right? Like, I'm not saying it's not a completely different game, and you can't appeal to everybody, or you appeal to no one. But that's kind of like, that's almost what I feel like Red Dead 2 has sort of become for me a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I love the game, but a lot of it is like, I can see, like, I just can't help but wonder why this idea wasn't expanded on. Like, I would have so much more fun with this game if you had have actually done this wholeheartedly. But once you've played the game, especially for as long as I have, it's like a lot of those gameplay elements are just ignored because there's no reason. Besides if you want to, like, play up immersion, you know what I mean? The game is really for the story. It is a narrative game, but then why put so much, like, emphasis on showing you these things and presenting them in a certain way where you feel like it's going to be a big deal, you know? Like, everything is slow for a reason. Everything, you're meant to not rush through the game. You're meant to, like, take consideration to all of these, like, animations when you're skinning animals. And, I mean, I could talk about this all day, but it just feels like the game is purposefully slow to, like, entrench you. But then all of these mechanics that are meant to keep you entrenched aren't shallow enough to do so. Aren't deep enough to do so. They're too shallow. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a great game, but it does have its flaws in that way. I think it tries to present itself as a, like, totally different game to what it actually is once you've played it for a long time. Even on my 4th playthrough, I'm changing clothes depending on the weather. I can agree with that. Like, you can do it to appease your own sense of immersion, but if you're, like, making a game, I feel like there should also always be this, like, there should always be this transaction between you and the experience of, like, risk and reward, and I have a goal that I need to achieve, but also I have the motivation to achieve it, and I feel like that should constantly be present throughout, like every facet of the game. Like, I have a goal to keep my character's health core up, so when my character is cold and it starts draining, I feel like I should put on a jacket. So my goal to keep my character healthy, to make gameplay, to keep me alive longer, it's, like, backed up by all of these different motivations. You know what I mean? I don't know. If it's not that type of game, then it's not that type of game. But they do a very, very good job of convincing you that's the type of game you're going to be playing in the beginning. But then it's none of that. It's none of that. You mainly do things like that to appease your own sense of immersion, you know? But yeah, I don't know. It's an excellent game. I wouldn't have so many hours in it if I didn't think it was. I mean, I've dedicated so much time to the game. It's just the thing that I don't like is I even saw this post. I don't usually talk about Twitter posts. I really need to go. I can't believe I've been here for an hour. I did it again. God damn it. But there was this post talking about how, like, Nakey Jakey had made a full 180 on his opinion of Red Dead 2, and, like, somehow his new video was a total take back of all of the things that he had said about the game, and it's like, that's not true at all. What are you talking about? These two videos were made on, like, opposite sides of the spectrum, where it was like, the first video that he made was very much a, like, I think it was a response to that feeling that the game gives you in the beginning, where it's, like, promising all of these things and telling you that things will be important, and then they sort of turn out not to be, right? And they hold up this really good illusion of freedom that sort of falls apart for majority of the game. And then the second video was more about appreciating the good aspects of that. Like, it's very hard to get a story as good as Red Dead 2, and a game that feels as good as Red Dead 2 without making those sort of compromises. You know what I mean? It's not like a backtracking of his criticisms. It came off to me more as, like, an acknowledgement, and sort of like, if you sort of capitulate to the game a little bit more and the actual game that it is, like, you'll have a much better time. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, drawing a matter of family. By the way, I have 2 suggestions. If anyone else wants to take one, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry. My brain is broken. I can't believe I've been here for an hour. Why did I do that? God damn it. Alright, well, I am going to go now. I should have been gone 30 minutes ago. What can I say? Your good conversation. But anyway, thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. I am going to go and work on this video. Hopefully you enjoy it, as small and sort of strange as it is. Thank you all for the support as always. Thank you, Kleber, again, for the 3-month sub. Thanks, Lockie, for the sub. James, thanks for the bits, dude. Cameron, thank you for the bits. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully with Batgirl DLC, but I guess we'll see what happens. Appreciate it, CJ. Thanks, man. Sorry if I didn't read any of your responses to my ramble about Red Dead 2 there, by the way. I was just kind of going off on a limb. You can, there are definitely some good refutations to my idea of what the game should be. Really, it comes down to a matter of perspective with it. It's an excellent game either way, you know, just depends on what sort of way you play it, I suppose. Anyway, cheers, everybody. Have a good one. Goodbye.